Hey guys, back with another cooking video for you. This video is for a taco pasta bake. So we're just going to prepare taco meat, to the standards pretty much of making tacos, like with the taco seasoning. And then we're just going to mix that or combine that with cooked pasta, which I'm using medium shells today. And from your pantry you can get some help here. I'm using some Preheat diced tomatoes, some black beans, some black olives, and some cream style corn. And to make everything extra delicious, we are going to use cheddar and pepperjack cheese. So this is everything you need. Obviously you're going to need some water to cook the taco meat with the taco seasoning, and I will show you the process. It is a great dish for families. It's a great dish even if you don't have kids, because you'll have leftovers to take to work the next day. And if you don't like beef, which a lot of people don't like beef or eat beef, you can also substitute ground turkey or ground chicken. My mom actually makes this with ground turkey because she's not a ground beef fan. So I'll be back momentarily to show you guys how we make it. Okay guys, so I have browned the ground beef. It was about 1 pound and a quarter, so just over a pound. And I did get the 90%, so there really wasn't very much fat at all. So if you get less, if you get like 80% or 85% ground beef, you're probably going to want to drain it. And all you do is just cook the ground beef, you brown it in the pan, and then you are going to want to pour it into like a pasta colander just to drain the fat out. Again, with this, it was 90%, so there really wasn't even like a tablespoon in the whole pan, so I didn't drain it. And I actually added the taco seasoning, which just comes in a little package like this. Any brand will work for this recipe. Now, one packet is for 1 pound of, pretty much is for 1 pound of ground beef, and it says add 3/4 cup of water. So what I did was I added about a packet and a half of this mix, and then I added the 3/4 cup of water for the first packet, and for the second packet I added about a half cup of water, just a little bit extra water, because it's okay if this is really liquidy, because we don't want the pasta to be dry. So that little bit extra water that you added will just help this stay a little bit moister to help coat the pasta a little bit better. So I just have it here on low, just kind of simmering away and letting the taco seasoning get into the meat. Next door I have my big pot of boiling water. I'm going to drop the pasta shells in there in just a moment. And then in a big mixing bowl I took the can of creamed corn, the can of black beans, the can of diced tomatoes, and then I took about a half cup of the black olives, and I just sort of rough chopped them with a knife. So I have this in a bowl. I'm going to combine that, and this along with the cooked meat is going to form that sauce that we're talking about that we want to coat the pasta. So this is where we are right now. Okay guys, so I have my 9x13 baking dish, which I have sprayed with like some Pam cooking spray, just so nothing sticks, and I have the pasta all cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to begin by creating the first layer, which is just a layer of shell pasta. And just kind of coat the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to add the next layer, which is the taco meat. So I'm just going to kind of loop a little kind of spoonful on there, and then kind of sort of mix it around a little bit. You definitely want to mix, guys, because you want to create that, that layered sort of effect here. So I'm just going to kind of mix that in a little bit, kind of roughly. Next I'm going to put 2 big scoops of the black beans, the corn, the tomatoes, and the olives. And again, sort of move that around together so it combines. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely want everything to be combined. So it will cook evenly. It won't be, just naked pasta, with no coating or sauce or flavor on it. You sort of want every bite to be really flavorful. So when that's all combined, which looks pretty good, I kind of flattened it out and evened it out, and I'm going to get my shredded cheddar pepperjack cheese, and I'm just going to put a generous sort of sprinkling. Again, guys, this is the first layer. So I'm just going to continue by pouring more pasta right in the pan. I'm just going to kind of finish it off with that, sort of the second layer type of thing. And again, I'm just going to flatten it out, and then I'm going to put some big scoops of the taco meat. I did cook the pasta about 8 minutes. The box called for 8 to 9, but since it is going to finish cooking in the oven, it's still going to continue to cook. So right now, guys, I'm just scraping all the rest of the taco meat with as much sauce as I can get right into the pan in the second layer. And again, then I'm going to sort of do the same thing. I'm going to kind of just lightly combine it. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want as much flavor as you can on each noodle. And then I'm going to do a few big scoops again of the beans and the corn and the tomatoes. If you don't want to use diced tomatoes in a can, guys, you can definitely use fresh tomatoes. There's definitely not going to go wrong with a fresh tomato. If they're, you know, here we don't have them right now. It's winter, so you'd have to buy them. And it's more cost effective right now for me just to use the diced ones, which are really good. So we want it nice and moist, just like this, because again, when it cooks, we want it to be nice and flavorful. So now I'm going to go ahead and just get the bottom on top. All that cheese we put in the first layer is melted, sort of melting in. It's looking really good. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of this mixture with the veggies and the beans. This is all I have. And again, it's just a little bit of a process with working it all in together, but it's definitely going to be worth it when you eat it. So I have my oven preheating on 350. I'm going to put it in for about 40 minutes. If you are running kind of on more of a time schedule and you don't have 40 minutes, you could do 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes, if that would help you cut down on time at all. Now I'm just topping it off with a whole bunch of cheese, because this is the top, so we want it to have that gorgeous, crispy, cheesy sort of wow factor. So I'm just kind of spreading it out. This is a 2-cup bag of cheese, so I'm just, again, getting it all evenly on here to form a nice crust. Okay, guys, so that's how it looks before we go in the oven. We're going to go in for about 40 minutes at 350, and I'll be back to show you the end result. Okay, guys, so we are out of the oven, and we are just bubbling and sizzling away. Time to plate up this beauty and dig in. I might add like a drizzle of taco sauce on the top if it looks like it might need it, but I actually think it might be perfect. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely make this for your families. Again, if you don't have kids, make it, freeze half, take some to work. It's a really great meal to stretch $1, and it's definitely a crowd pleaser, because who doesn't like tacos or pasta? Hope you guys all have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!